All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, everybody. Valerie, Kimberly, Dan, Jason, Walter, Kevin, John. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, if you want to chat with me, you got to be a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button. While you're doing that, hit the bell with the things so you get notified every time I go live, which is pretty much every morning at 9:15, and then on Tuesday, I go live twice, once in the morning and once at 5 p.m. for 30 minutes. Awesome. If you missed that yesterday, go check out the history there when we're done with this. So it's all on my channel history. You might have to click the live tab though. It's not necessarily on the videos tab. The live streams. Imagine that under live. All right. So, whew, what a reaction off of CPI. That 5-minute candle went straight up, hit resistance, and then stopped. We'll talk about it. We'll go through it all this morning during the morning monster. Got my purple grape monster this morning. Remember, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. It's a risky game. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may be completely full of malarkey and never get it right again. This presentation here, intended to be informational, educational, and fun, is not in any way a recommendation to buy or sell anything, financial instrument, or otherwise. And if you desire personal financial advice, you need to hire and consult a financial advisor. And when we get done here, we'll continue the conversation in Discord. If you want to get in on that, links in the description. You got to be a customer or, a supporter at least. So, yeah, come join the community. Hey, Pat, morning. All right, let's get started. So, of course, I brought lots of charts and lots of stuff. Zero Hedge summed this up pretty quickly. So, headline CPI tumbles a little bit, little below the estimates on the headline, but the core came in kind of hot. And we have real wages declining for the 24th straight month. Market reacted positively. The Fed's doing exactly what they said they would do, destroying real wealth and jobs and fighting CPI, but not really actually having much effect. So, I don't know. Market liked it today. Probably heading toward that 4,300 on S&P 500. Anyway, we're going to dive down through here. Looks like energy came in a little negative, although if you're looking at gas pump prices, it looks like that's going to be reversed next month. We'll see. And, everything kind of squeezing out there. Goods squeezing out. We just can't afford stuff, right? I don't know. Inflation is still rocking at 5%, so it's not like it went away or anything. Coming on down here, goods inflation turned back up in March. Core CPI rose. That's what I was talking about right there. That's not so good. And we can see all the sectors here, how they came in. The unadjusted numbers to me are more important than these adjusted fake numbers. But what do I know? Everybody likes to say, oh, yeah, you got to annualize it. Well, annualizing it leaves a lot of room for fudging the numbers, if you ask me. I took statistics in college. I know that liars use statistics and statistics never lie, but, it kind of cracked me up. I took an engineering statistics class, and the professor said, well, you can't use the tables in the book. I don't agree with any of those tables. You got to use the tables that I made to do your statistical analysis. I was like, wait a minute. So this is subjective to whoever makes the tables is how you do the statistical analysis? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, why are your tables better than theirs? Oh, that's because I made my tables and I don't agree with their tables. I was like, so you can just make up the tables that they use for the, to do these statistical adjustments, and, nobody argues with you. Whatever, I guess. I assume that's the same way they do the climate models and all the other crap, too. So, know too much about it and got too much head on my shoulders to just trust blindly. Anyway, moving on down. Rent inflation's still going up like crazy. I mean, Think about it. All those people, all those landlords couldn't evict people, couldn't raise rates, couldn't all that stuff for a while, and then when the moratorium got up, you got to make your money back, right? And what happens? Rent goes. Now, is rent going to come back down? Highly doubtful. I mean, we could see rent dropping like we saw back here, but I don't know. Doesn't look like it's going to. I mean, it didn't really go negative. It just slowed down. So I doubt rent is ever going back down again. And moving on down, the Fed's new favorite indicator, so-called super core, coming in a little low, dropping a little bit, just back to mid-2022. Got a long way to go till we get down to the stable zone they're shooting for down here, 2018-19, around 2%. I'm not sure we can hold 2% out of the last like 40 years. Where 2%'s been the target for the Fed, we've like met it like 6 years out of 40 or something like that. So not necessarily a very realistic goal. Supercore CPI, see right there, dipping a little bit, but I don't know. Medical care coming off a lot. Is that all the COVID funding drying up? But we were on a upswing. I don't know. Back down to what it was in July of 21. I don't know. And real wage decline, 24 straight months. Of course, we all feel it, right? Can't buy as much as you used to. And food prices going up like crazy. I think that was down here. Yeah, right here. Online grocery prices up 10.3% in March. As inflation continues to bite, that's what we all buy, right? We all got to feed ourselves. Ouch. The category expected largest surge was eggs, which saw an estimated 30% increase, essentially. I mean, let's round. Who cares about the 0.6? Yeah, that's 30% inflation on eggs. Craziness. Poultry expected to rise 3.4%, dairy 6.4%, fats and oils by 15.4%, vegetables by 11.4%, sugar-based products 11.1%. That's going to be, think about all the things that have sugar in it. And then bakery products 11.7%, non-alcoholic beverages by 10.7%, and all the other food by 8.5%. The only bright spot in here, beef and veal, decreased by 1% this year. Woohoo! 1%, baby. Anyway, pork prices expected to drop by 0.8%. It's really, we should go look at the futures on those because this estimate does not fit with what I'm seeing in the futures for beef and pork. Somebody remind me if you want to look at that. We'll pop those up and talk about it briefly. And the fresh fruits expected to grow by 0.6% and vegetables by 1.3%. So there's your inflation projections for this year on the things we buy the most. Food. All got to have it. So you can expect restaurant prices to go up 30%. They usually got to take the food cost and multiply by 3 in order to make profit. So if you didn't know that's the kind of rule for it, that's just a general restaurateur. Take your food cost, multiply by 3, and that's a general starting place for your prices. Of course, upscale places, jack it up. But, hey, learn that from Robert Irvine on Food Network. All right. That's enough to talk about inflation. So, yeah, it's already doubled in the last few years. That's true, Goose. Glad to have you, Lieutenant Colonel Goose. Retired. Anyway, popping over. Look at the calendar. Today we had 8:30 CPI, core PPI, or core CPI, year-over-year CPI. And like I said, coming in a little light. I talked about this in Discord slightly. Said I'd talk about it here. Came in light off the estimate, down from 6%. Nice. The core CPI coming in flat, and the core year-over-year actually came in up just a little bit, but it met the expectation. So month over month down, but the year over year up. I don't know. For the rest of the day, we do have crude oil inventories. We've got FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. That can cause some little bit of chaos potentially. And then tomorrow we have PPI coming out. I'll talk about that tomorrow when we get the numbers and unemployment claims. And then Friday, we have even more news. We have retail sales coming out on Friday before the open. So a week packed full of news. And then we have consumer sentiment coming out at 10 on Friday. So caution, caution, caution. The account you save may be your own. Be careful with the news coming out. The reaction may not be what we think it would be. Now, as I said, on the 5-minute chart, we got a massive pop. There. A massive pop right there, right up to the blue line resistance. Imagine that. I draw a line on the chart, say it's resistance, and it acts as resistance. How do I do it? It's not really magic. I'm just looking at where the market, I mean, look, we got rejected off of that big time back there in December. We stopped here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tests right there. Couldn't break through. Came up just shy a few days back. And today, coming up right to it again. Got to get above that 4180. And put really above 4200. So we can get that test of 4300 up there. Let's go ahead and get this done. Everybody go buy. Yeah, how does it know where to stop with these fib lines and the other lines that I put on here? I don't know. Experience. That's why you come and watch me. So, NQ. You know, if you're unfamiliar, this is the S&P 500. This is like SPX, SPY. These are the futures for that sort of stuff. And why do I use the futures? Because they trade all the time. Like I said, you know, trading here pre-market, whereas you may not get that data. I mean, look at the overnight. Like, we never stopped. All night we got data. Digest the world. So we get that information, and I use these charts because they don't leave gaps. You know, the S&P 500, SPX right here won't start going until the market opens here in just a few minutes, like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. S5FI still parked in the middle. Flipped back to the day. Parked in the middle here. I expect this to rally right up to the 80% after hanging out down here for, what was that, almost 2 weeks. So expect us to rally right back up here. Probably get a pullback back in the 50 area and then potentially come up and just hang out at 80 as we chug toward the new all-time high. That's my bearish, that's my bullish case right now. As long as we don't just rocket up to 4,500 on SPX. NQ. Just hanging out in this resistance. That's been the resistance for a year. It was support a year ago. Now it's resistance. I would like to see it rally right back up to this 13,700, 800 area right up at the top here. Hey, Arthur. Good to see you. Ray. Glad to see everybody. All right. Russell breaking back out of the box. We've got this line coming across here. If I can keep it flat. If we get above that, next up is the roadmap line right around 1850. Above that, well, probably where we did this little consolidation right here. A little bit of chop zone. And then above that kind of clears the runway to go test this 2040, 2050 area right up here. Above that gets us to the extension targets. You know, targets probably between 2180 and 2300 on the move out from this consolidation. Looks promising. Dollar, of course, showing weakness as predicted. Probably going to go down to the mid-90s. That's the path. It's probably going to take a little while. We drew it back here in February and still going to be on the path. Probably down here. That's the target. There's the target. We can come down here and find some support. Could stop at 99, but likely to continue trucking right on down this 96, 90, 95, 96 area down here. 97 maybe. All right. Stuff moving today. TRTN. Look at that pop. 82.65. Had to adjust the chart. That's a huge pop. And likely going to be some targets there. Yeah, above the targets even. At least for that time scale. Let's look at this one. So resistance probably up here at this 88, 89 area. Right here on Triton. Right up in there. Probably going to truck right up on there. Now, with a giant gap like that, be careful. It can retrace significantly back to these breakout highs before it makes the next big move. So just be careful, please. The account you save may be your own. I always say that. ASML, let's take that arrow off. Yeah, getting a little bit of pre-market pop here. Probably chugging on the path to get up to this 750 area right up here. I'll go ahead and save these. Maybe these chart updates will save. MDB, Mongo, and look, stuck in the roadmap line. Stuck, stuck. If it can get above and above these highs right here, that's what we need. My magic roadmap line. How does it know? We rallied right up there and then stuck. Can't break through it. It's like a magic zone. Oh, there goes the market. SVXY. Hitting my 66 target. If you're in that trade, please be careful. That was my target. And Visa. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Update. Oh, that's cool. Froze the whole thing up. God, love it. Cool. Let's reload it. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, SVXY. Let's go look at it. Oh, yeah. Right to the target. I thought it'd take longer than this. Probably going to go extensions. So next target, 67, 75, and above that, 70. And then above that, 72, possibly even up to 75. So all smoke and mirrors, but hey, baby, I got the target. So looking for this to extend higher, make a new high, new local high. If you got in on that one, I bought the June $60 strike calls back here when we were down in this junk in March. Let's go, baby. All right. Visa, I saw that alert pop up before it jammed up my thing. There's the target for Visa, right up around this 240 area. Looks like it's headed right for it. Oh, Visa was on the list down here too. All right. MSTR has resistance up to this 358, 360 area. That comes from back here where these prior highs were. Above that, we can get extensions out to about 400 probably. So above that, target up here at 400. But we do have that resistance. We may turn down before we can go on out. ADBE, Adobe, stuck in the zone there between the roadmap line and that prior high from January, February. Got to break out above that. NATI, nice pop, may retrace, be careful, but that one looks like it's on a tear. Breaking out, new highs, up and away, baby. If we run the fib, and likely to find resistance at 59 on that one. GDXU, leverage GDX, as I mentioned, be careful on this. Leverage stuff doesn't always work on my methods, but 73 and 84. Then next level up, 106, 118. And we've got that level right there. That may act as resistance. Pull it on across. Right at 100, it looks like. So we may see a quick rally up to that 100 and turn down. GS, getting a nice little pop, but still below the roadmap line. This one has the opportunity to fix it, if you will. TESS, holy moly, look at that. That has to be some kind of news. Some kind of news. I don't really see anything, but I mean, whoa, baby. That things don't just go from $4 to $8. I don't know. Not interested in that one for me. Tesla showing a little bit of pop. If we can get back above the roadmap line, this will be and make a higher high than here. Our fortunes are turned up. Be careful though. This one can just surprise us and drop out while the rest of the market leaves us in the dust. Netflix, it's going to be working on filling that gap. I mean, now's the time to try to build a Netflix position. Even if it's just a partial share, the opportunity is for it to go fill this gap up to 500. FNGU, remember, it's not advice. I'm just saying that like there was opportunity there. Put your $20 on it and see if we win. FNGU, this thing a little bit crazy. FANG leveraged ETNs. It's got next resistance up here around 116. Potential breakout. ENPH still stuck in the downtrend. Be careful on that one. I do kind of expect it to drop one more time down here to around 150, 160. TARK, no idea what that is. AXS2X Innovation ETF looks like it's kind of bearish to me. It's probably like some kind of ARK competition thing. I don't know. Snow still looks bearish until we get above 160. Kind of funny though. All the tech stuff all has kind of similar prices. Like Apple's 160, Snow's 160, Tesla was 189. I mean, I guess the tech company people like to keep their stock price in the 1 to 200 area. I don't know. Groupon showing a little strength here. Or Groupon, Global Payments, excuse me, not Groupon. I was thinking GRPN. Global Payments stuck in a downtrend, even with the pop. Microsoft stuck below a potential breakout. If we can get above that resistance, well, find a resistance. We can get above it, up and away, baby. Gush, stuck in a downtrend. Be careful. That's expiration, not necessarily oil. NVGO or MVO. Golly, adding letters. MVO, and it's on a tear. At some point, it's going to retrace, but not today, apparently. Next level up, probably 167. Meta 215. This one's just going to keep trucking. Keep on trucking right up to the target. 320. Visa, like I said, trucking to the target. 240. CRM. Got to break out above that little high and then potentially up to 235. That one got slammed. Ouch. Right back to the roadmap line. That can recharge it for another move. Once it breaks back above 100, out to 117, 125. MIRM also got slammed right back to the roadmap line. That's a pharmaceutical. Be careful. Let's see. I said I would look at food real quick. It's on the red list. Right down here. So here's cattle. Look at this chart. That doesn't look like beef prices are going to go down in 23. What do you think? I mean, whoa, baby. That looks like beef's going to get more expensive. Now, it's going to turn down somewhere up here. And it may be all the way up at 190. That's $1.90 a pound for beef on the hoof. So think about it. You lose about 60%, or I guess 40% to skin and blood and guts, and then you lose another 40% to bones and fat when you actually process it. So 40% and 40%, you're losing what, about almost 50% of the weight, something like that, 50, almost 60% of the on the hoof weight. So that cost rolls in. So yeah, I don't think beef prices are dropping 1%. Whoever's estimating that's not looking at the price of beef on the market. Anyway, and pork, look at this. I mean, It's like the opposite right there. Look at pork dropping like a rock. This one probably going to extend down more. Now, 76 cents a pound, 71 cents a pound. Not too bad there. So beef definitely more expensive than pork right now. And these are prices per 100 pounds. Pork chops. Yeah, that's right, babe. All right. Goose, you want to look at FAS? We can check that one out really quickly. I don't know. There's opportunity there. I'm not sure it's not going to extend one more time, though. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could see one more extension. I think this is going to chug. I think, just based on what I'm seeing here, we're probably going to see it trade in a range like this for an extended time. And then get one more push down like this. That may look, yeah, may not go that deep. Maybe just right there, about 48. And then we'll see something like this take shape. All right. Well, I mean, it's futures, so that's who actually trades lean cows and pork is farmers, like pork producers. You're gonna hedge your bets, so you're gonna sell. You can sell your pork now. You can sell futures on your pork now. Produce the pork, and you locked in that price, or you can, you can sell your cows now, or you can buy, go long futures, and you can hedge your actual contracts against future actual sales. So you lock in on a contract right now to sell your pork, and then you're like, I think the market's probably going to go up between now and then, or down from now to then. So you can actually do a futures contract and make the extra money off your pork. And you still have the guaranteed delivery and all that stuff. So it's a little bit different game in the actual commodities with delivery. So your corn, your wheat, your soy. The farmers actually, how do I know this? I actually was down the hall from the guy who was a buyer for, at the time it's White Lily. Now it's owned by, gosh, who owns White Lily now? If you're not familiar with White Lily flour, look it up. I can't remember who bought it out. But he used to hedge for the factory on wheat and corn. So they made cornmeal and they made flour out of wheat. So they would hedge and buy their supplies in futures and then take delivery on it. So he explained that a little bit of that to me, and they used to make a killing. They made good money doing that. So learned a little bit about how that aspect of the futures works. It's totally different than functioning as a trader, like a whole different mindset. So we are out there trading with those type people too. So, all right. Hope you have a great day. My bias for the day, kind of long, but we are stuck on that resistance. Looking for S&P to rally on up to the top of the box up here around 4180. The ES is kind of stuck. We need the breakout. If we get the breakout, probably headed on the path to 4,300. So, all right. Smuckers. That's it. Smuckers. Thank you, Valerie. Couldn't remember. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Continue the conversation in Discord. I do have an event coming up at 1 o'clock today. I'll throw the link in Discord. I don't have it for YouTube. I'm sorry. So, sorry. If you're on the email list, you'll get a link, I'm sure. So, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.